was sitting, listening to the predictable gun control rants, when it came to me as the white rabbit said, don't just do something, stand there. It is in the nature of reactionaries to react, but very often the right course of action is inaction. I'm fully aware that to do something we have to do something. That argument is not without merit and usually accompanies passion. One side wants to immediately take away the guns so they can't do any future harm, saying that this would not have happened if we would have taken action sooner. The other side says that guns are not the problem. Then they throw statistics and facts out on how more Americans own guns and crime is actually going down. Knowing that legislation against gun control would not have stopped, for example, Stephen Paddock in Vegas. I hear cries that it's time for Congress to get off of their asses and to do something. The problem is that something is always gun control proposals. Now at the center of this debate is the wonderful Second Amendment. What's missing is that the Second Amendment is the argument. I understand that in circumstances such as a massacre people cry out for immediate action, but no matter what your personal views are, it's still true that our Constitution prohibits the kinds of things that this group wants. Immediately they will talk about the Second Amendment and it being obsolete. This is of course factually untrue. According to the Constitution, the Second Amendment is not obsolete until and unless 2/3 of both houses of Congress and 3/4 of states agree that it is, or through the Constitutional Convention method as detailed in Article 5. Again, this isn't even my argument, it's the Constitution's, and like it or not, that's important. Unfortunately, it is very common to see the requirements of our Constitution being completely disregarded. In California, it is almost impossible to get a gun license, unless you're a police officer or security guard, and then you have to pay upwards of $400 in fees just to submit an application that will certainly be rejected. Does this seem like it interferes with your right to keep and bear arms? Yes, it does, and that should bother you regardless of whether you personally happen to favor these kinds of rules or not. If you believe that it would be safer to eliminate guns from the hands of the public, that's fine. But you still need to view your activism through the lens of constitutional process. You need to be lobbying legislators to amend the Constitution rather than lobbying officials to create laws that disregarded the Constitution. Because the Constitution always matters and you can't just say except on this issue. Then really what you're saying is that it never truly does, because you yourself have already stated that exceptions are okay. Either the document has integrity or doesn't. Either it has the power to protect our freedoms or it doesn't, and to me that's